Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to Six News. Today we are talking about a new feature in Rainbow Six Siege's next season, which is Command and Force, and it is a reload rework. So this is yet another change being teased by the developers of Rainbow Six Siege, and this one seems a bit more self-explanatory. We've just had the one about mouse and keyboard on console potentially getting banned in the next season, but this one is a reload rework. Now, what we're probably seeing here, and we can get a teaser of this from the actual text of the tweet, which says Operation Commanding Force is bringing even more immersion and strategy to Siege. A word of advice, watch your ammo. Now, what we're probably seeing here is realistic reloads. Now, this could be very similar to Ready or Not. In that game, if you do a normal reload by just pressing the reload button once, you will take your magazine out of your gun, put it into your pouch, and then you'll put a brand new one in. But that partially used magazine, when you come to use it again, will again be partially used. So it's kind of like realistic, because you're obviously not reloading every single magazine bullet by bullet every time you reload a gun. And in Ready or Not, if you double tap your reload, you will just dump your magazine out of your gun and let it fall to the ground, immediately sliding a new magazine in, and then you're back into the fight. You can actually go back and pick up that dumped magazine instead of potentially losing the bullets entirely. But that is what I think we're seeing here. And I also imagine they might remove the reload cancellation that's currently in Siege, because that allows you to immediately start shooting again, even if you already pulled your magazine out. It's kind of like you're slapping it back in and shooting again. So I wonder if they might actually ditch that. So yeah, very interesting. This is normally a feature I love on single player games, but never usually see it much in multiplayer games. So for instance, in Call of Duty or in Siege, I will reload my gun constantly every time I fire a bullet, even if it's a single bullet. Whereas single player games like Ready or Not, I am much more about managing my ammo and what my magazines are carrying. So this would add a completely extra layer of immersion and strategy, like they say in this tweet. And it also includes an extra layer of brain power, because you have to be considering what you've got in your spare magazines, because you might be using a full magazine, you empty it, then you're onto your last magazine, which might only have 10 rounds in it, and you're expecting to fire off a full mag and only fire off 10 from that. So it's interesting to say the least, because this is a change that could quite dramatically change gunfights and how you manage your ammo, and just add an extra chunk of brain power to the Siege gunplay. So I'm looking forward to this. This is something I would quite like. Obviously, this is not a feature I think we've really seen anyone ask for, but I like the idea of bringing in. Normally, you don't see this in multiplayer games. This is usually single player only, and I'm quite happy to possibly see that coming into Rainbow Six Siege. Now, they did have this feature back in the day. They had a more immersive game mode where you would lose the bullets if you reloaded the gun. I'm hoping this is more of keeping the partially empty magazines, so that it's not just simply implementing an old feature that everyone's kind of forgotten about by now. But that also could be the possibility that this is just simply teasing the fact that they're bringing back an old feature that will bring into the normal gameplay, and that is that when you reload your gun, you will lose the bullets in the magazine that you were using. And that could be how it is, and it could be as simple as that, which wouldn't be good, because it doesn't add the extra brain capacity you're going to need to figure out what's going on with your magazines and manage your ammo. You would just simply be losing it every time you reload, and that would be quite a pain for a lot of people, and you'd have to really adjust to that. So yeah, let me know what you think of this in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.